Welcome back, my fellow Chibits, to the weekly Chibit questions. Hopefully all of you are having a very good day, and if it's nighttime where you live, hopefully you're having a very good night. And so with that being said, how has your past week been? Since the last time I did a Chibit questions, has it been good? Has it been bad? How is school? How is work? How is just life right now for you? Let me know in the comments below. And as for me, it's, as you can see by the time of me uploading this video, it's gonna be Sunday, and it's been a very busy week. Very busy week. If it's not my sleep schedule, it's just other things going on here and there in my life. I've been helping out my dad once again with the house, and yeah, and then also stuff with the RV and all that. I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff that's been going on, so I've been a little bit busy since the weather's been getting a little bit warmer. And just, yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to that end. But, forgive me for the delays. I do apologize. Hopefully all of you can forgive me on that. I do hope you guys can put up with me for that type of reason. I just, been busy and all that. But, anyways, with that being said, though, let us begin this week's Chibit questions. Your thoughts on this? You see, my parents and teammates were killed. Shut that crap. My whole planet was destroyed. Oh, really? Who did that? Oh, Lord Frieza summoned the member of Universe 7. Guess what? I killed my grandpa myself. Damn, what a crazy... That's, the funny thing is, that's actually legitimately true. That is legit true. Now I wonder if you added Piccolo into this, how messed up it would be. I mean, think about what Piccolo did and all that, and then how, Goku killed Piccolo. I mean, just think about all of that type of stuff. So, yeah. They are a crazy universe, I gotta agree. That's pretty funny. Chibi, I just finished the Dressrosa arc in the One Piece anime, and I'm at the Skypiea arc in the manga. I was wondering when I catch up in the anime, should I continue reading through the whole manga, or should I skip to where the anime left off? I say continue catching up with the anime, and when you do catch up, if you do feel like continuing on, read the manga from there, okay? I don't think you should probably read the manga alongside of the anime, because, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like you'd probably get bored with it if you're just seeing the exact same thing over. So, personally, just watch the anime. When you catch up to the point to where, you're done with the anime, then continue off where the, it is with the manga. That's just my personal 2 cents. Chibi, please tell us why you think Robin from One Piece is not best girl, because FYI, she is best girl, lol. Okay, so, I'm assuming this is a counter to what I did last week with the Nami question. Here's the thing, okay? The reason why I like Nami just more than Robin right now is because Nami, she has been very vital to the crew, the Straw Hat crew, in recent times, okay? And that's one of the big reasons why I like her, okay? I really like how she's been very helpful. She's helped out Luffy in critical fights, for instance, with Cracker and other little scenes throughout Whole Cake Island. She's just been very, very useful. And in terms of combat abilities, she has proved that. Robin, I do think that she is, in terms of looks-wise, she has this very distinct look, and she's definitely distinct compared to Nami. But at the same time, though, I don't just look at the looks department to call someone best girl. I also look at everything else, and just looking at Robin, her backstory, and then Nami's backstory, obviously, Robin probably had it worse, but Nami was the first character in this series that really got my heart pumping and made me really sad and upset and just feel for a character. But on top of that, too, she has been with us for a very long time. I've had a lot of time to get attached to her, see her personality, how much she has changed. And so, just looking at everything, I would say that Nami is still best girl over Robin. But Robin does have the potential to take that spot depending on how her upcoming scenes are in the Wano arc. In terms of Devil Fruit abilities, I do say Robin has the most unique, especially if you're to be in a relationship with her. I just imagine what them hands could do. Do you think that the Bleach anime might come back? And if not, why do you think so? I don't think Bleach is probably ever going to return, honestly. Because, I mean, think about this. The manga, it was canceled. And the anime basically didn't end on a proper conclusion because I think the sales of it were doing very poorly from what I remember. So, I mean, just overall, I think Bleach just lost a lot of popularity. It went into a spiral and eventually caused it to where it couldn't continue anymore. And I feel like because of that, it might not ever get an anime. I don't know, because just the way Kubo was done and what happened to the manga and all that, and how it didn't even have a proper conclusion, I just don't even think it'd probably be even worth doing a continuation with the anime just because of how it was done, honestly. It would just make it open up the whole old wound again of how the manga ending was. So, will Bleach ever get an anime again? It's a possibility, but I honestly doubt it just because of how everything was done with the series. How would you feel if a girl sent you Hello cosplay pictures to your P.O. box? I would say that it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that was sent to my P.O. box. I mean, someone legit has sent me, not even gonna joke, they have sent me an actual sex toy. Yeah, they've sent me a butt plug. Yeah, you think I'm lying? Someone has actually sent me something like that. So, I would say Hello cosplay pictures wouldn't necessarily be weird if a girl or someone was to send it to me. Because I like Hello and I do have a fascination for cosplay. But, yeah, I guess it just wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've seen. If there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it apart from watching anime and reading manga? Probably sleep. I'm not even gonna lie, probably sleep. If I'm not playing a game with that extra hour, I'm probably just gonna be sitting there sleeping, because I do like sleeping when I do get to sleep. And I have been extremely tired. If I look tired, it's because I've been getting a lot of sleep. I've been sleeping like mixed hours here and there for some reason. I can't sleep properly recently, but if I had an extra hour, I would sleep. How would you describe Chibi questions to someone new to the channel? Well, these videos are obviously a cringe fest. I mean, I cringe up when I'm editing these videos, not gonna lie. So, I mean, yeah, if I had to describe Chibi questions, it's for you guys to find out how cringy I really can be and how awkward I am in real life and all of that. So, yeah, if you want to see how awkward and cringy I am, watch Chibi Questions. If you were in the world of Spice and Wolf, how would you go about stealing Hello from Kraft? Ain't my answer kind of obvious? I mean, I think it would be pretty on the nose. Obviously, you would have to kill Kraft Lawrence. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the only way. If you're gonna steal Hello away, you gotta get rid of that man, okay? Without Hello knowing, obviously. Just get rid of the man. In case we get an anime for The Promised Neverland, don't you think the pacing of the story will be a bit too slow? Especially the first half so far. If so, would you like them to adapt everything as is, or just skip some parts? Okay. Never, ever do I want to hear that. I don't want parts skipped, okay? Especially from a manga I enjoy. Even the little stuff that doesn't seem to be relatively that important, I don't want skipped. It's one of the sole reasons why I love Boku no Hero Academia so much, is the fact that Horikoshi puts in all these little tidbit scenes that may not be amazing or, like, at the end of the day, that important, but it adds characterization. And so I don't want to see parts skipped for the sake of progressing the pace of the story a little bit faster. I do think that the first part of The Promised Neverland is slow, but at the same time, it's worth it in the end for that build-up in the final confrontation with the mama, Isabel, and how they were able to get from the farm. So, I mean, when I look at it, I do believe that the entirety of, like, Season 1 could focus on just the escape arc. I mean, them getting out, like, 12 episodes of them just trying to get away, I could definitely see that happening, which I think would be amazing if that was the case. I mean, there's a lot of content. It would definitely be able to have some great cliffhangers with some, tension and suspense, and I mean, yeah, it's my personal thoughts. I would love to see it. I don't think it'd be too slow. I just think that the way they do it, or the way they would do it, it would have to depend on the animators and how amazing they can make the camera angles to the way, the tension and suspense is done. Would you rather age from neck up only or the neck down only? So you're saying, like, from here all the way down would be, like, old man status, or here up would be old man status, but young status. That's a very interesting question. Okay, let's look at the facts here, okay? Let's look at what's going on right now in my life, and what would I choose? Like, let's put this as an example. If this happened right now, what would I choose? So right now, obviously, if I was to make my lower half old, probably all chances of me ever having someone is pretty much zero at that point, because look, I know looks ain't everything, but looks are a very important factor in getting in a relationship with someone. So if I had old age from the neck down, my chances are literally zero. It's already very low. It's like probably like near the bottom of the barrel, but I mean still, if that was to happen, that would be zero chances. Now, neck up, then that would mean I would look very old, and me continuing to be a YouTuber, I would look kind of creepy. So, in all honesty, looking at everything right now in my life, if I had to choose, I'd probably say I'd rather be aged from the neck down, and then, keep my face, looking youthful, because then I could still continue doing, YouTube, because I wouldn't look as old. I guess I would just need to hide my wrinkly hands if my hands got old and all that, but I mean, besides that, though, I'd probably, yeah, just for now, the time being, if I had to make a choice, neck up, I would keep youth, and then neck down would be old. The only thing I am curious about when it comes to your question is that, since you say age, does it also age my organs? Like, do my organs age? Like, okay, so I'm assuming you meant, like, the look and all that of my body, but if you're saying the age, does that mean that the organs within my body from the neck down would also age? For instance, let's say if my age I would be an 80-year-old man down below, would that mean that my heart, my lungs, and all of that would be 80 years old? Like, would they feel like they're 80? I'm very curious about that. So if that is the case, then I would probably have to side with maybe just making my face look like a grandpa, but then that would mean that my brain would be old too, so that's even worse. So yeah, you're damned if you don't or do. So I'm just gonna say, I'm still gonna go with my face. I'm gonna go with my face looking pretty, because if it is organs, I'd rather keep my mind young than my, lungs and all of that young, because at least I'll be able to have my mental capacity to understand what is going on. If Hakaguri from My Hero Academia is invisible, how hard do you think it was to extract her from the womb? That's a very bizarre, but interesting question. It's fascinating, because it does make you wonder. We don't really know much about Invisible Girl, if she has permanent invisibility, or if she's able to turn it on and off. That's never been clarified whatsoever. And as I've said in a previous video, the only thing we really know about her ability is that she can have light refraction, like light bends within her body when it passes through her body, but we don't really know much else. We don't know if she could turn it on or off, but from what we could assume, she probably can't turn it off, or she would have done it before. But I mean, whatever the case may be though, let's just say she started off and was invisible, that would be kind of interesting, because the only way I assume they would be able to find her was probably because of the umbilical cord. Because even though she's invisible, the umbilical cord most likely would be attached to her, and that would mean that they probably had to cut it, and then, she was still invisible, but they managed to find out her general location because of that. I feel like that's probably, what it would come down to, probably, how they managed to extract her from the womb. My friend doesn't like Zero Two. What disease does he have, and how can I cure it? Also have a random image of her I found. Have a good day. You have a great day as well. So your friend doesn't like Zero Two. I guess your friend has not watched the latest episode of, Darling in the Franxx, and has seen that glorious foot scene. Oh my god, look, I'm not into feet, but my god, oh my god. Have you ever tried introducing any sort of anime to your dad? Actually, yes, I have. And he does like anime. He doesn't watch a whole lot, but he does like anime. I guess, let's get into that story. So, my dad, he watched the entirety of Dragon Ball Z with me. I'm not even gonna lie. My dad watched Dragon Ball Z and GT with me. He loved it. He even talks about Goku to this day. Goku and Vegeta, he talks about them. He loved Dragon Ball, and he was always watching it alongside me when I had the VHS tapes I constantly bought, or he bought for me, technically, because I was a little wee lad and all that, where my parents bought me stuff. So, I mean, yeah, he really liked Dragon Ball as well. So, I mean, when I think about it, I didn't introduce him. He just started liking it too. He just started watching alongside of me. But, I did introduce him to other anime. I did introduce him to Death Note, and he loved Death Note. He absolutely loved Death Note. We watched it, in 2 sittings. He loved that stuff. He also did, Bleach. He watched it all the way up to where Aizen was defeated. He didn't want to carry on because he felt like it was just a proper conclusion. But he loved Bleach as well. And, he has seen a couple of movies. I told him to watch Your Name. He has yet to watch it. He wants to watch it. But that is also something I recommended to him. But, yeah. I technically have introduced him to anime, but he's always been kind of watching anime here and there. He's not a mega anime fan. He doesn't watch crazy stuff like I do. He doesn't watch it often. He's mainly a Western type of guy. He loves his Westerns, his oldie shows and stuff, but he has watched anime and he does enjoy them. Who is your favorite Admiral in One Piece and why? And by the way, do you watch the anime because you don't review it? Are you really asking me a question about the anime when I've been making constant videos recently about the anime? Really, my dude? Come on. I mean, I guess it must be a notification glitch, because I know how YouTube is when it comes to the notifications. You click the bell, and for some reason you still don't get notified. I mean, I'm assuming that's the reason. But, yes, I do watch the anime. I've made multiple videos in recent times, in recent months, and all that. But, my favorite Admiral in One Piece, I'd say Kizaru. Your opinion on this, Griffith did nothing wrong. Very accurate. I think this is factual. If you were a girl, which anime character would be your husbando? I'm not gonna go cheap out and say Trap. I feel like that would be, cheating on this question, so I'm not gonna go with Trap answer. But, because if I was, I would say Astafel. That's what I would say. But I'm not gonna cheat you on this question. If I had to choose a husbando, I would say Kilma from Steins Gate. I would say he would be my husbando. Is me asking about Holo gonna make you notice me? Also, why do you want Holo? She doesn't have nipples. Clearly, you have not read the manga equivalent of Spice and Wolf, because she does in fact have nips. But, I guess to answer your first question, yes, I will notice you if you talk about Holo, especially if it interests me, because I like Holo. What kind of person would Holo be if she were the MC of TG and / or Berserk? She went through everything they did up until now and keeps her personality from Spice and Wolf. What do you mean, when you say keeps her personality, do you mean like she's not going to change at all throughout the journey? Because, I mean, if she goes through the same stuff that her characters in TG and Berserk, then she's going to change. She's going to change quite a bit. She is not going to be the same Holo as how she was in Spice and Wolf and how she was at the start. She's definitely going to change. I do think it'd be very interesting to see how Holo would stack up. She is technically a wolf. I mean, she transforms into a giant wolf. So, I mean, she wouldn't necessarily be weak by no means. But at the same time, I don't think she'd be that crazy strong. Probably to overpower, demons and stuff. But, I do say that, if Holo was to go through all that, let's just say if she was Guts, I want to assume she'd be the Casca role, though, because she's the female, but, I mean, if she was the Guts role, I don't think she'd be able to, deal with what Guts has went through. I don't think she would be able to still be alive to this day. She would have probably killed over a long time ago. Now, throughout TG, if Holo was to turn into a ghoul like Kaneki, oh my god, that would be... I don't even know how that would be. That sounds like a really cool... I would love to see, like, some, I would love to see, like, a spin-off story of that or something. That sounds very unique. I would love to see, like, a fan-made story of that. Sounds like it'd be very fascinating to see how Holo would end up if someone did it right and all that. But, I feel like Holo would probably die, though. I don't think she would probably make it to the end of either of those series. About how often a week do you wake up with morning wood? Also, here's an image by Urdimo on DeviantArt to quench your thirst or make you thirsty, whatever comes first. That's a quality image. But, that question, though, that's, if I told you I've never been asked this question, would it really surprise you? You would think someone would have asked this question by now. You believe someone would, because of how many questions and videos of these, this type of video I made. But, I guess it's this Chibi questions, or Chibi questions in general, are supposed to be weird, wacky, and cringy. To answer your question, I don't really at all, actually. I don't. I really don't. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, but I really don't. I guess it's because, mainly when I do have dreams, I just have dreams about either games or, me talking about anime and manga, so... No, I don't usually wake up like that. Nakaba pulls the biggest plot twist in manga history. Diana's a trap. And I think that is when I would say I'm done with Taizai and I drop the series. Spot the similarities. Oh my god. What? 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 Okay, little did we know, Johnny Bravo was All Might all along. Oh my god. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Props for whoever figured out this comparison between the two characters. They look very similar. Would you praise her? Come on, praise me more. It's okay. Praise me. Oh yes, I would definitely praise them assets. Don't even get me wrong. Oh yes. Can you tell the story about that 360 game to the new Chibits? The one with the lewd collector's edition. Oh, I think you're talking about... you're probably either talking about Catherine or you're talking about Record of Agarstore. Those are the only two, collector's editions I picked up in a store that were very lewd looking. I'm going to assume it's Record. I think I've told that story. There was this game that came out on PlayStation and Xbox, and it was called Record of Agarstore. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it. It's a very obscure game. Not many really know about it, but it was a tactical Japanese RPG game, turn-based RPG game. Very fun. Had a lot of fun. Probably one of my favorite games on 360. But, there was this collector's edition that literally had the girls bathing. Like, they were bathing on the cover and all of that, and you remember, okay, this is a collector's edition. I'm a boy around age 15 or whatever, 16, 14, I forget what age I was, but basically, I saw the gameplay and all that, I wanted to play it, and then I found out the cover of it was very lewd, very perverted, and when I went in to go pick it up, the funny thing is my dad was there too. It was really awkward and embarrassing. I'm like, I'm not buying it for this, but the thing is the game came with an Opie mousepad. It legit came with, like, you know, a mousepad like this. An Opie mousepad. So, I mean, yeah, it came with, an Opie mousepad. It came with, like, this very lewd and raunchy cover, and it just was, like, very questionable. And so, when I did grab that game and all that, my dad was there. It was just extremely awkward and embarrassing, and I had to just get out and leave. But, yeah, it was probably the last time I ever ordered something that lewd. That's when I discovered Amazon. That's when I knew I could order it and bring it to my house instead of going out in public. If ass was an instrument, would you blow it, strum it, beat it? I would definitely blow it. Is your mom gay? No, you. Can you stop time like in Kokoku? No, but I can.